Nearly everything we do every day is somehow affected by laws. At work, employment law, contract law issues control how many hours we can work, the conditions of the work environment, and even matters of ownership of our own ideas. In our leisure time, we deal with the law through banking, copyright protections, and contracts. Remember that gym membership contract you signed? A society cannot function without laws. Though many patterns have existed throughout history, no society we know of has existed without some kind of laws. Because law is so powerful and pervasive, humans tend to be fascinated with it. Americans have been labeled as sue happy because we tend to expect the courts to solve many problems. We are so enthralled with watching high-profile court cases through television coverage, social media, etc. It would be nice if we could look up the law in one book, memorize it, and then apply it. But the law is not that simple and will not ever be that simple. There is no one such thing as law. Principles and rules of law actually come from many different sources. This is because we inherited a complex structure of laws from England. Law balances the need for predictability with the need for change. The doctrine of precedent, which is gradually developed over many years, requires judges to decide current cases based on previous rulings. In other words, a judge will go back and review similar cases to see how they were decided and will use that same thought to decide on a current case. The supreme law of our land is the U.S. Constitution, which establishes the federal government and distributes powers among the federal and state governments and individual citizens. It also creates a system of checks and balances among the branches. The legislative power is the ability to create new laws. Executive power is the ability to enforce laws. Judicial power is the power to interpret statutes in light of the provisions of the Constitution. The Constitution also grants many of our most basic liberties. For the most part, they are found in the amendments to the Constitution. Common law is the collective body of court decisions throughout history. Court orders, sometimes judge issues court orders on a particular person or entity. This may be in order to do something or in order to refrain from some action. Courts may also issue rulings such as injunctions to provide what's called an equitable remedy. Administrative agencies are created by Congress or by an order of the President. Their purpose is to carry out the day-to-day work of enforcing the statutes passed by Congress. Agencies have the power to create regulations which are as binding as laws. And then we also have treaties and executive orders. This slide illustrates the two classifications of law, criminal and civil. Criminal law concerns behavior so threatening to society that it is outlawed altogether. Civil law deals with the duties and disputes between parties, not with outlawed behavior. When legislators or courts make law, they do so guided by certain habits of mind and specific beliefs about human nature. Schools of jurisprudence are common guides to legal interpretation. This is based on certain beliefs that are held by a common group. You'll see that there are three illustrated here on this slide. Legal positivism assumes the legitimate political authority deserves our obedience when it issues a rule. In other words, moral questions do not interfere with obedience. You could phrase this as, I don't agree with this, but it is the law. Natural law contains certain ethical laws and principles are morally right and above the laws devised by humans. Under this law, individuals have not only basic human rights, but also the freedom to disobey a law enacted if it goes against their conscience. Our book explains the example of Walmart. Legal realism is where judges consider more than just the law. They should also weigh factors such as social and economic conditions. The Family Medical Leave Act is a law that was enacted to reflect social change. As we move through the text, you will see various cases to illustrate certain topics. This slide is demonstrating the parts of the case. We begin with the facts. These are the background information on the specific case. Then we have the issue, which is the whole question that's being decided. excerpts are the decision, also called the holding, and the court's rationale. Okay, we have the plaintiff, who is the party that is suing, and the defendant is the party being sued. The legal citation, this is where to find the case in a law library. This concludes the Chapter 1 online lecture.